All right, I think we're going. Surprising you guys with a little bit of a live broadcast this morning because I didn't get video shot over the weekend. I should have done it. I didn't. I had so much going on, and it is hot, hot, hot out right now. It's summertime. Oh my gosh, it's gotten hot in the last couple of days. 95 degrees, heat index is over 100 degrees, and my air conditioner's out. So it was a little miserable of the weekend. We took Saturday off, Saturday afternoon. It went out Friday, quit working. House got up to 88 degrees, I think it was. Open up all the windows, turn the fans on the best you can, but you know, it's just only so much you can do. The humidity levels here, 75% humidity, something like that. You just sweat. It just sticks to you. It doesn't evaporate off. It's just kind of miserable. But, you know, we manage. We're making it through it. Hey, good morning. Oh, look at that. Somebody from England, Jenny and Dog. I think that is good morning. I'm going to try to respond to the chats as much as I can, but, you know, I can't necessarily see them all. But anyway, so the air conditioner's out. The house is hot. It's been kind of miserable. We took Saturday off, went to the creek, and just hung out in the cool water. That was pretty nice Saturday afternoon. And then yesterday I had to catch up on all the chores that I didn't get done during the week. And, you know, it was moving a little slower than normal because, well, it's 95 degrees. Heat index is over 105, 75% humidity. You kind of get it anyway. So I'm going to bring you guys along with the chores this morning. Hopefully you can still hear me. A little ways from the camera, but let me get these guys fed real quick. So anyway, with it being as hot out as it is, I thought we'd talk a little bit about what to do with your animals in the summertime, in the heat of summer. It's a question that comes up pretty frequently, and I've addressed it in video before, but you know, let's talk about it again anyway. Your animals really suffer more in the heat of summer than they do in wintertime, especially the rabbits. The rabbits, you know, with these big fur coats on, when it gets up over 80 degrees, hey, good morning. Who's that? Dog says, my grandpa owns a lot of quail, specifically so he can have quail eggs to eat, and we love it. Good. Anyway, again, the rabbits, you know, they have big fur coats on. When it gets up over about 80 degrees, they're really struggling, and you can kind of see them right now. They're not doing much. It's not too bad out yet. It's only about 75 degrees right now. The house got down to 81 last night. The temperature dropped to 81 degrees inside the house, so it's hot and miserable in the house. But anyway, you know, they're not eating as much as normal. They're pretty much just laying around all day. They're not moving around much. But the biggest thing you can do for them is make sure that they have plenty of airflow. These wire cages help with that. Good morning, A. Jones. Eastern Ohio, thank you. Where are we at here with this? Give them airflow. You know, these wire cages help a lot with that. Gives them lots. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the AC. The repair guy's coming this morning, so he's a good guy. He's a guy I used to go to church with and worked me in coming first thing this morning, he said. So I'm working from home until I'm off quarantine now, so I can go into work, but I got to get this air conditioner fixed. So working from home this morning until he shows up. Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's Square Body LT. Good to see you guys. Anyway, let me get back to the topic here. So give your rabbits airflow. You know, these wire cages help a lot with that. Keep it in the shade. This is on the north side. Who's that? Roger. You're just getting started. Oh, you lost your Rex buck. I'm sorry to hear that. Keep them in the shade. This is on the north side of my house, so the sun is, you know, on the south side, so this is in shade. The shade's always, I mean, the sun never hits past right about here. I know you can't see that very well, but this hutch stays in the shade all the time. Your very first pet was a rabbit. Awesome. But you know, again, keep them in the shade. Try not to mess with your rabbits too much. Good morning to you, John. Try not to mess with your rabbits too much during the heat of the day. Just, you know, get your chores done early in the morning, late in the evening when it's cooled off a little bit, so you don't get them all worked up in the heat of the day. And they're going to do just fine. They just, you know, now if you live in an arid climate, again, I don't. I live in 75% humidity, so, you know, it doesn't, in the summertime anyway. In the wintertime, it dries up here, but in the summertime, it's hot. It's just humid. And so, you know, you could put misters up and mist the hutch area. Don't mist the rabbits, but mist the hutch area. And that evaporation will cool it off quite a bit. That doesn't work here because the humidity level is too high. Nothing evaporates. When you sweat, it just sticks to you. It just sits there. It doesn't evaporate off. So, you know, that doesn't work here. But if you live in an arid climate, you could definitely put some misters up or some fans. to blow across the top of the hutches. Again, not directly on the rabbits, but across the top of the hutches. Oh, there, you're asking, Paula's asking if I run a fan for the rabbits. I don't bother with it. As long as I leave them alone during the heat of the day, just let them be. They do okay, they're fine. Keep them in the shade where the sun's not hitting it. And, you know, again, really the key is to try to find shade for the hutch itself. Don't just let the hutch be the shade. You don't want to set this hutch out, even though it's got a roof on it and, you know, that would be shaded on the rabbits. You don't want to set that out where the sun's hitting the hutch directly, and it doesn't. It's on the north side of my house, so it stays, you know, shaded all day long. I gotta go out in here and take care of the quail real quick, so we'll talk about it a little bit more as we go. We'll talk about the quail, but the quail are pretty much the same kind of thing. They don't struggle nearly as much in the heat, but they still, it's harder on them than the wintertime is for sure. When it gets hot out, it's just hard on the animals. Who's that? I can't walk and see it. Jeannie Clark, freeze water bottles with water so that they can get in it. Yeah, that's a good idea as well. Ceramic tile in your rabbit hutches for resting mats. Give them something to lay on because those ceramic tiles stay a little bit cooler. That can be a good idea as well. I've tried water bottles with my rabbits. They don't really use them, and the frozen water bottles only last a couple of hours, so I just kind of don't bother with it. But there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely do that. Let me get my eggs out collected real quick here. Hey guys, good morning. Back up, guys, back up. No, don't jump out. Don't jump out. The young quail are getting braver. Get back, get back. Stay there. Go that way. There we go. Oh. All right, sorry about that. Took a minute to collect all the eggs, but did I get dirt on me? I did. Always get dirt on me whenever I climb in there and get stuff out of there. So the quail are getting much, much bigger. The younger ones are, of course, they're just almost full grown. Who's that? Paula says, Kyle just moved his young out to the outside hutch and his new batch is hatching. Awesome. Awesome. Hopefully that goes well. Let me check their feed levels. Oh, they need feed. Hang on just a minute, guys. Let me get these guys fed. I can't seem to talk and do chores at the same time. Let's check your water. Check your water. Yep, you got plenty of water coming. You're good. All right. Sorry. I was probably off camera for a big piece of that. Sorry about that. It's hard to do live broadcast and do multiple things while you're doing live. So anyway, you know, again, the heat's really hard on the quail too. Not as bad as the rabbits, but it is tough on the birds. I mean, it's pretty much the same process though. You know, the frozen water bottles, I don't know if they'd work with the quail or not. You could try that for sure, but for the most part, just keep them in the shade. Make sure they have access to fresh water. They're gonna be fine. Try not to pester them too much, get them worked up during the middle of the day. They're pretty active early in the morning, late in the evening. Middle of the day, they tend to just kind of chill out and just kind of try to relax and not get too much, you know, too going. So try to get your chores done early in the morning, you know, late in the evening, so you're not pestering them too much. This hutch here is starting to get a little bit crowded because I got all the babies in it, so I'm gonna need to probably thin them out here pretty quick. Those babies are getting pretty good size. They're almost full grown now. But this hutch is, again, in the shade. It's got this tree cover over it, so the sun never hits the hutch directly. A little bit late evening, as it's going down, it does, you know, I'm pointing over this way, you can't see it, but, you know, it does hit it a little bit late evening. How many do I have in this quail hutch? I don't know, probably 30 or so, 35 maybe. I got to count them up. I don't remember exactly. Let us know when. So I'm not sure what I'm letting you know, Paula. I'm sorry I missed the comment. let you know when so Kyle can come over and learn. Anyway, I'm out of quarantine, so whatever it is you're needing, you know, I'm available now pretty much. Just get a hold of me and let me know. Those guys, Kyle and Paula, live close by. They become friends of mine. Where was I going with that? I'm getting distracted and forgot what I was saying. Oh, you know, again, it's the same thing with the quail. If you live in an arid climate, when we thin them out, when he thinned the Kyle, okay. When I thin the birds out, let you know when that's going to happen so you can come over and see how it goes. Yeah, I can do that for sure. Anyway, so the sun never hits this hutch directly. The tree cover here provides plenty of shade. There's trees all around, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, there you go, got it. Who do we got? My grandpa loves birds. In fact, he has a lot of birds, even ostriches. Awesome. And would marble slate work on the hutch in the cage? Yeah, marble slate would be fine, I would think. Tile is what I use, ceramic tile for the rabbits, because it's cheap. It's like $1.50 for a big 12-inch by 12-inch square ceramic tile. And I throw that in there. That does stay cool. The rabbits do use that a little bit, lay on it from time to time. The bucks tend to just pee all over it and make it really nasty, but you know, you just clean it off every once in a while and that helps. But you know, again, it's not much different with the quail. If you live in an arid climate, you could definitely mist the hutch, set up misters that would mist, and that evaporation will definitely help keep it cooler. But again, that doesn't work here. So pretty much what I do is I just put them in the shade. This tree cover provides that shade. How are we out here? Have you ever kept ants? No, I've never kept ants. Hey, good morning. There's Terry from Katernik's Corner. Good morning. Good to see you. But you know, summertime's tough. Summertime is tough on the animals when it starts getting hot and there's no breeze. We did get a little bit of a break yesterday, had a little bit of a storm come through yesterday afternoon. You use dirt. Yeah, dirt's not bad. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. If you have your animals on the ground or have them in, you know, with a dirt flooring, that's going to stay a little bit cooler as well. So that is a good idea. Heat rises after all, so that helps. But anyway, we had a storm come through a little bit last night. Man, it was nice. It cooled off significantly until the sun came back out, and then it heated right back up. But it was a nice little break from the heat and humidity. Oh my gosh, I'm already sweating, and again, it's just sticking to me. But anyway, you live in an arid climate, you can put up misters for your quail. They don't really absolutely need it. As long as they have access to water all the time, give them an area where they can get out of the wind, out of the weather over here. An area that's nice and open and has lots of ventilation over here with the wire. You can set up fans to blow across the top if you need to circulate air. I don't really find that's necessary. The quail will start to pant sometimes when it gets real hot out, but they're fine. As long as they have access to water and things, they're fine. It's gonna be a warm one here in Maine today. Yeah, it's gonna be warm here today as well. We've got heat advisories this afternoon. Supposed to heat indexes of 105 to 110, I think. And can the quail fly? Yeah, they can fly a little bit. And I imagine if you kept them in like an aviary setting with, you know, a great big tall cage with, you know, wide open areas, they'd learn to fly a little bit better. These guys don't fly all that well. They can go probably 20, 30 feet and then they hit the ground. And then, you know, they can jump and fly another 15 feet and then hit the ground after about 3 or 4 times they're kind of done. But let's see, I sprayed down my rabbits' cages with cold water to cool it down and use a fan. Somebody else uses a fan. I live in Australia, so it's night for me. It's night there in Australia. Yeah, it's early morning here. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I got to go get some work done here in just a few minutes. I'm working from home this morning until the AC repair guy comes and hopefully fixes my air conditioner. It's an older unit. It's about 15 years old, so it's probably getting close to time to replace it. But man, I'm hoping I can postpone that for another year. So anyway, that's pretty much the topic of today's video. I wanted to talk about just keeping your animals kind of comfortable in the heat of summer. It's, you know, it is tough on them. It is tougher in a lot of ways than wintertime is. Summertime's easier on me because water doesn't freeze and I don't have to worry about wringing water out, but it's definitely harder on the animals. They struggle a little bit more in the summertime. Rabbits more so than the quail. The quail seem to handle it a lot better. They will start panting and, you know, a little bit in the heat of the day, but they do just fine, really. They handle it pretty well. Just keep them in the shade. You don't want direct sun hitting them or hitting the hutch. That's not good. Let us know about the AC. Y'all can come stay in the RV until it's fixed. Well, I appreciate that, Paula. Thank you. I think we're going to be just fine, though. If it comes down to it, I'll buy a little window unit. If it's going to be down for an extended period of time, I'll buy a window unit, stick it in the window in the bedroom, and just cool the bedroom off. That's really the worst part, is trying to go to sleep at night when it's 90 degrees. Yeah, quails are very hardy. Who's that? Navarongus. Maybe I got that wrong. It's hard for me to see the little bitty chat comes up on the phone, but yeah, quail's very hardy, very hardy. They handle the wintertime really well. We get down below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. They do just fine in that. Up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer times with 75% humidity, they do just fine in that as well. I've actually never lost any birds to the heat necessarily, or the cold for that matter. They handle it really well. Rabbits are a little different. They really I don't breed in the summertime because I have had issues when it's hot out with losing baby rabbits in the nest box. Never had any issues with losing them in the cold necessarily, as long as they stay in the nest box. But in the heat of summer, it's a little bit different. But anyway, I got to get in there and get some work done. I just wanted to make sure I got a video update out for you guys. I've been struggling with that lately. Having a hard time coming up with topics that I haven't addressed. And I figured, well, it's okay to readdress topics, but then I have a hard time coming up with topics to readdress. But I figured the summertime, I mean, it's on my mind right now because I got no air conditioner, so it's hot for me too. I figured that'd be a good topic to discuss. Come on, Max. There you go, good boy. Took Max to the creek on Saturday too. He ran around. Oh, there was some chats that came in I missed. To see, I bought a rabbit home once and I decided to introduce him to one of my dogs, and for some reason he kept chasing the rabbit. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that's in a dog's nature to chase the rabbit. It's rare, I would think, to find a dog that wouldn't chase a rabbit. My dog loves to chase anything, especially rabbits. It's one of his favorite things to do. But we took Max to the creek on Saturday. He had a good time. He enjoyed it quite a bit, but he didn't end up like walking on all the rocks and stuff there because it's, rock bank creek. It's clear water and really nice. But he gets in the water with us. He swims around. He has a good time with it. But he was kind of limping around a little mopey yesterday because his feet were sore from walking on all those rocks. But anyway, do rabbits get on with quail? I've never actually tried to combine rabbits and quail. I'm not sure that's a great idea to do. I would be worried about some disease that could be transferred from one to the other or something like that. But hey, who knows? It might work just fine. I don't know if there's any reason why you can't do it. Let's see where we at here. You can kind of see the rabbits right now. This is when they tend to eat. You can see them well, let me turn the camera a little bit. There you go. Maybe you can see them. This is when they tend to eat first thing in the morning before it gets too hot out. They eat, they get a good drink of water, and then the rest of the day they're pretty much just laying around, not doing much of anything. Your dog was a Shih Tzu, huh? Yeah, I'm sure it's going to chase the rabbits, though. That makes sense. I mean, that's what dogs do. But, all right, guys, I got to get off here. I got to go get some work done. I got some stuff to do before the repair guy shows up, and then I got to head on into the office. But the office is air conditioned, so that's not so bad. Could have been a lot worse. The air conditioner could have gone out while I was on lockdown. Say hello to my wife. I hope she is doing well. Thank you very much. I will make sure I tell her hello for you. But yeah, again, it could have been much worse. The air conditioner could have, I got big rabbits. Yeah, they are pretty good size. You have a good day too, Paula. Again, the air conditioner could have gone out while I was on quarantine, and that would have been a little bit trickier. You can't have a repair guy come over. Maybe, I don't know how it would have worked. Either way, God was good to me. He spared me until I'm out of quarantine. I'm healed. I'm not, contagious anymore, any of those kinds of things. So it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. Just a couple of days without an air conditioner, we'll be all right. So anyway, thanks guys for tuning in with me this morning. I know this was a little bit kind of chaotic. I'm trying to give you guys some pointers on things and getting distracted by chats. But anyway, I think it worked out. So thanks for joining me, guys. Hopefully you guys are staying cool where you're at and your animals are staying healthy. Keep them out of the sun. Give them plenty of ventilation. Make sure they have access to fresh water. They're going to be fine. So anyway, you guys have a good day too. And Robin, sorry we missed you too, but I do have to go now. So anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in with me, guys. I will see you next time. Take care.